Hello, good evening, this is Rob Koster for Card Game Expert, and today I'm going to be continuing the history episodes because, well, people love the Blue Moon one, so today I'm going to be talking about Burn. Burn is a deck that, well, wants to sling a lot of lightning bolts to a lot of people's faces. So yeah, this is everybody that knows Modern knows Burn. Like everybody in Magic has played mono red deck wins. Sly is a bit different. It's a different archetype, but just lightning bolt tribal 3x7 is 21. Whatever you want to call it, everyone's seen it, everyone's tried it, and for good reason. It's very, very powerful. So with that being said, this is a 2011 Burn list. This is the oldest list I could find. This is from literal weeks from when Modern started. Like, Modern got started in 2011 and a few weeks later we got this. So what do we have here? We have a Burn deck, well, kind of obvious, with the Goblin Guides. They are just already there. Just 4 Goblin Guides, 4 Lightning Bolts. Come on, do it now. 4 Lava Spike as well, 4 Rift Bolt. Like, there's a lot of stuff that's just already pretty typical of Burn, but there just weren't enough spells to play back then that you really, really want to play. So what you did was you loaded up on a bunch of creatures that did a bunch of damage. So you get Hellspark Elemental here that just comes back from the graveyard and deals another 3 damage. So you get 2 mana, deal 3, 2 mana, deal 3, which is 6 damage in 1 card, which is nice, you know. It's just good enough. Yeah, we used to run, I did not play Burn during this time, but Flames of the Bloodhand was a card that I've had cast against me way more than I ever wanted to. So Flames of the Bloodhand deals 4 damage to target player or planeswalker. The damage can be prevented if the player would gain life in this turn, the player gains no life instead. This is just old school Skullcrack. That's just what this is. And 3 damage of a 3 mana for 4 damage was just good enough in 2011. Man, a decade really changes things. We also had Magma Jet in here. Just 2 damage with the Scry 2. Keldon Marauders. I have played a ton of this card in Standard, but I had honestly forgotten it was played in Modern as well. So this is a 3/3 Vanishing 2, which means that it comes into play, gets 2 Vanishing counters, in the upkeep you remove 1. And when they're all gone, it goes away again. So what you're trying to do here is ping for 1, attack for 3, ping for 1, dealing 5 damage with 1 card. It's not as good as it sounds. Trust me, I've played it. And we have Mock Fanatic, just a 1/1 for 1 that pings 1. It was just good enough back then. And Shard Volley, because, well, this is, not Fire Blast at all. Like, not even close. But, Shard Volley just saw a ton of play. We also had Teetering Peaks in the deck. Just +2/+0, which helps with all the creatures, because this deck is on 16 creatures, which is a bit more than they're running now. And look at that mana base, just 16 mountains. This deck is also just the easiest thing ever to build. It's 16 mountains, 4 Teetering Peaks, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. This is just deck building 101. Play your best cards 4 times. Just do that. It will help you. Then in the sideboard, we continue the trend with 4 Shattering Spree, because, well, Affinity was already a thing. 4 Blood Moon, because why wouldn't you run it? 3 Flame Break, because this was the best they got. This is not a good card. These days, this is not a good card anymore. But back then, it was good. And 3 spells are good, even back then. So, Leyline of Punishment as well in there. So, yeah, that's 2011 Burn. Now, come on. Then we go to 2012. This is just a few months after the first list. So, my window's changed size. So, there we go. This is a list by Jose Luis Arrieta. I hope I'm saying that correctly. And this is the oldest list I could find that splashed in Burn. And this is really Boros Burn. This is a red-white deck for sure. I mean, we're going as far as Elspeth Knight Aaron, which is quite unreal. Like, I didn't know they did that back then. So I don't know if this is common, but I thought it was really funny. So yeah, just a lot of damage tokens happening. Ranger of Eos in here as well, which gets you Figure of Destiny. Which, this list is so old. It just makes me so happy looking at these old school lists. I don't know why. It just gives me a warm, fuzzy feeling inside. So there's some plated GOPs in here, some Steppelings. There's like a landfall thing going on as well with Scalding Tarn and Marsh Flats. Boros Garrison even. Man, I hadn't even seen that. There's an Oblivion Ring in here. So yeah, this is Burn anno 2012. Yeah, that's the 4 Goblin Guides and 4 Lightning Bolts, 4 Lightning Helix. Yeah, this is very reminiscent of a Zoo deck as well. We're definitely straddling the line of Landfall, Zoo, and Burn a bit here. For the sideboard, white cards are really good sideboard cards. So Disenchant, Timely Reinforcements in here, 4 Blood Moon again. Combust for Splinter Twin, and 3 Relic of Progenitors, because why wouldn't you? So for the next one, we have the first time I could find someone splashing green in Burn. So this is a Tarmogoyf Burn deck. 2012 as well. Marco Elena. This is getting way closer to the list we're used to. We have like 4 Goblin Guides, Grim Lava Monsters, Lava Spike, Lightning Bolt. There's some Seal of Fire that were gone for a few years, but now are actually coming back because of a newer card. And this list has a Stormblood Berserker in there, which was a thing back then. But yeah, this really speaks to Burn just wanting to play 3 damage cards every time. So you want like Lava Spike because it deals 3. You want like Lightning Bolt because it's dealing 3. You want Goblin Guide because it might deal 3. It might deal 4. It might deal 20. You don't know. You want Hellspark because it deals 3. And Tarmogoyf was just the biggest bad boy around back then. That's just the honest truth. Tarmogoyf was the biggest creature for almost a decade, basically. I mean, it got printed in 2006, if I do my math correctly, and it was the best creature you could play till like 2012? No, way later, 2015 or something. So yeah, definitely just a reign of terror for Tarmogoyf. So yeah, you got a lot of lists like these, where people are just splashing for Tarmogoyf. If you're wondering why there's no Wild Cuddle in this, Wild Cuddle was banned in 2012, so it just wasn't legal. They would have played it for sure. Like, it's way better than a Goblin Guide in this deck. Not Goblin Guide, way better than a Mock Fanatic in this deck. So for the sideboard, we have everybody's favorite, Choke. Just 2 Choke, because why wouldn't you? Seal of Primordium, Ancient Grudge, 4 Combust, because Splinter Twin again. And Stigma Lasher, because there were actually a ton of life gain decks back then. You had, you had a bunch of Traktusk running around, and you had, I believe this is the period where Soul Sisters was actually pretty big, so yeah, those were things that were happening. Let's see, on to the next deck. So in 2012, we also get SandyDogMTG's first appearance. You'll hear that name a lot on this video. I know who it is, but I don't know if they want to be recognized, so I'm just gonna call them by their Magic Online username. So SandyDogMTG is like the OG of Burn. This person has been playing Burn since, well, the start of Modern, and is still just very actively playing Burn, and has revitalized the deck multiple times. And this is the first time they did it. They ran 3 Bump in the Night, because Bump in the Night is a Lava Spike, and you need more Lava Spikes. It also has Flashback, so you get even more Lava Spikes. For the rest, pretty standard stuff. Shard Volley as well. Oh, there's Vexing Devils in here as well. So like a bunch of Vexing Devils. It's just 4 damage for a creature, which was just good enough back then. I mean, you don't see any Swift Spear here, because it just, well, wasn't printed yet. Flames of the Bloodhand already starting to get cut. Hellspark Elemental still making the cut. Searing Blaze as well. For the rest, this is like the Burn deck is mostly pretty standard, but yeah, you can definitely tell, like Bump in the Night, Vexing Devil. People were really scrounging for good playables on the 1 slot. And in the sideboard, we have Volcanic Fallout, because, well, it kills Spastomite. That's the biggest thing. Smash the Smithereens, destroy target artifact. Yeah, Affinity, Relic for graveyard decks, Torpor Orb. Can you guess what this is for? Because I know it stops Splinter Twin. And then Snaring Bridge, because, well, people play big creatures, and Burn can just keep 1 card in hand and be like, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and attack now. So yeah, that's the first time we'll hear of SandyDog. I'm gonna mention that name a lot more in this video. So for 2013, we get another trend. This is Tribal Zoo, or Tribal Burn. And this is the first time where you can really see that if Burn is splashing for a card, it's probably getting banned. So Deathrite Shaman for 4 off in this deck. Let's see, there's also some Snapcasters in here, which is really cool. I think this deck's actually really fun. I've played against this at my FNM a lot, so yeah, definitely a list I'm familiar with. But for the rest, just standard burn stuff, lightning bolt, grim lava mancer, goblin guide, burst lightning. So yeah, burst lightning like deal 2 used to be good enough. Man, time does power creep a lot. So are any vengeance in here as well? This is just 2 lightning helix. If you get to plus it once, you go like +1, make something not untap, and then just lightning helix twice. Yeah, just good enough back then. Searing Blaze here, and this is the main reason people were running all these colors, just Tribal Flames. Yeah, Domain Tribal Flames deals X damage to any target, where X is the number of basic land types among lands you control. So yeah, this is just 5 damage if you play your cards correctly. And 5 damage is a lot, so we needed to run that. And yeah, Snap Custom Mage is just the sweetness. Like, if you don't have any good burn cards, just play your best cards twice using Snap Custom Mage. But definitely more and more going towards the mold that we all know. Just Goblin Guide, Lightning Bolt, Lightning Helix, Boros Charm. Like, we're definitely seeing that burn has been a steady deck for a long time. Sideboard as well, just once again the classics. Timely Reinforcements, Leyline of Sanctity. For the first time I encountered it, but this is just a staple as well. Smash to Smithereens, and wait, what? There's 3 Esper Charms. Yeah, burn was running Esper Charm, so yeah. Modern mana bases are things, and Esper Charm is in a burn deck is really like things like that are just a Deathrite Shaman thing where you're like, nah man, this shouldn't be a thing. But yeah, you'll see a trend in this video where if burn is splashing for a card, it's probably getting banned, and yeah, it's definitely held true over the years. So on to the next deck. So let's go. This is 2013. This is another bump in the night list, so another Mardu list. And you can see, yeah, let's see, we have a Pillar of Flame here, which is nice. Another Deathrite Shaman list, like every deck should be playing Deathrite Shaman in 2013. We have some Skull Cracks, Boros Charm, no Lightning Helix, which is kind of strange, but whatever. For Vexing Devil as well, definitely just a list that's very, very all in on going for the 1-drops. Just, I mean, how many 1-drops is this? Like 25, 27 1-drops. Just, oh, and 31 1-drops. So this list is literal just lands, 1-drops, Boros Charm, Skullcrack, and Searing Blaze. That's all that's going on around here. Let's see, for the sideboard we have, yeah, the burn sideboard just really hasn't changed that much over the years. So we have like Stopper up again. There's a Gravedigger's Cage, but it's basically the same thing as Relic. Wear and Tear makes its first appearance here. We have a Spell Scout because it stops Splinter Twin. That's a thing you'll hear a lot in a lot of these videos. It stops Splinter Twin. It's just a thing you needed to do till it got banned. We have Hide and Seek here. Put target artifact or enchantment on the bottom of its owner's library, or search target opponent library for a card and exile it. You gain life equal to its converted mana cost. This is just, if you're playing Mardu, this is just kind of better than Disenchant, so why not run it? Rakdos Charm, Twin, and then it's a Graveyard Hate, so that's nice. And for the rest, Skullcrack, Searing Blaze, Volcanic Fallout, Flamebreak, like the usual stuff. Then we have another 2013 deck, so let's see. And this is very much the point where Delver and Burn meet each other. Those two decks definitely are trying to do kind of the same thing. And this is the list where I'm like, yeah, this is still a Burn deck, but it's getting close to being a Delve deck. Like, you actually get some Remans in there, Young Pyromancer is in there. But yeah, Delver, Serum Visions, Riftbolt, like this is kind of already really etching toward being a Delver deck. But it's a really cool way to see like where the Delver deck got its first roots and where the Blue-Red Prowess deck got its first appearance. Because this is already very close to becoming the Blue-Red Prowess deck. And I know it doesn't have any of the threats, but like Monastery Swiftspear wasn't printed. Soul Scar Mage wasn't printed. What's the other one? The 2-drop that prowesses as well. I can't remember. Oh, Abbot of Carol Keep just wasn't printed. So this deck is definitely trying to do that whole thing. So this is what it looked like back then. But I'll give the Is It Prowess deck its own video, because it's kind of together with Burn, but also kind of split off with a lot of Prowess variants and stuff. So that'll be another video, because I do need to space these out. Because if I do the Prowess decks as well, this is going to be like a 2-hour video. So anyway, a blue splash in Burn. And that also means that we've had every single color splashed in Burn. And it's only 2013. So yeah, people love splashing in their burn decks. As the mana base, you had 2 islands, bunch of mountains, nothing special going on there. Delver, Serum Visions, Remand, like, if you just move these around a bit, so like this. Let's see, here you have a burn deck. Nope. Yeah, these cards are just a burn deck, like that's all there is. And Delver is just, well, it's a 3 power 1-drop, and burn really wants big 1-drops. And we didn't get Wildner Cuddle back here, so yeah, Delver it is. Sideboard, we have Sowing Salt. We saw it in the last video as well in the Blue Moon decks. Sowing Salt is just an answer to Tron. And the rest, yeah, Pithing Needle. Just name a activated ability. Relic, Sowing Salt, Slackstorm, Smash to Smithereens. This is all pretty standard. But I wanted to point out, like, this is 2013 and every single color has been splashed in burn at this point. Even at the same time, so, you know. Yeah, here we go to 2014, where we get to look at this beauty of a list. And yeah, you can kind of tell the trend continues. If it's getting splashed in burn, it's probably getting banned. So here we have Treasure Cruise. And Treasure Cruise is the most busted card that has ever been legal in Modern, I think. It's just 1 mana, draw 3 cards. Treasure Cruise was everywhere. Everyone, everywhere, all the time was playing for Treasure Cruise. If you were not playing for Treasure Cruise, you were probably wrong. Once you're at the point in Modern where burn is splashing for something, you should be splashing for it. So what's this deck? Yeah, this is very close to a deck. So we can see Monastery Suspect got printed and immediately became a 4-off. You know what? Eidolon of the Great Revel got printed, immediately became a 4-off. Yeah, and the rest, Boros Charm, Lightning Helix, Skullcrack still in there. So gone are all the weird like flame sweeps and flames of the Blood Hunters move to the sideboard. And just, this is becoming a very close very reminiscent deck of the 2020 versions of this. But with Treasure Cruise, because Treasure Cruise is insane. Core Firewalker as well, just another card that, yeah, is just very good. And there was a ton of burn and Delver going around in these times, and Core Firewalker was just very good against it. For the rest, we have Torpor Orb, Relic, Wear and Tear. Like, the sideboards really don't change that much. Smash to Smithereens, Combust, Flames of the Bloodhand, Molten Rain. Just lots of stuff going on. Then we get to the World Magic Championship in 2014, and we have a burn deck splashing just a little bit of cards for, well, 4 Treasure Cruise. So yeah, we have 4 Treasure Cruise, 4 Boros Charm, and this makes this deck Jeskai. The rest is just mono red. So, and another thing, free spells are really good, which you can tell because this deck is playing 12 creatures and 4 mutagenic growth. So you're not even sure to have a creature, but when you have one, you really want to mutagenic growth it. And also when you mutagenic growth your Island of the Great Revel, you're paying 4 life, which is not the greatest deal ever, but free spells are just that good. Because you get to play mutagenic growth, pay 2 life, and then delve the card away with the Treasure Cruise. So yeah, and you're just never running out of cards with 4 Treasure Cruise in your deck. And in the sideboard, we have Geist of St. Trav. This was just a metagame call for the World Magic Championship. Don't look too much into it. And Searing Blaze, Smash to Smithereens, Skullcrack, Combust, and Wear and Tear. Like, this is all super standard for the rest. Definitely just a very recognizable burn deck. Then we get to 2015, where we get SandyDogMTG again. As I said, it's a name I'll mention a lot in this video. So this is when Wildner Cuddle got unbanned. So we have the list that I could find with Wildner Cuddle in it. And yeah, Wildner Cuddle is just a 1-drop with 3 power, which is something Burn really craves. So you get Monastery Swift Spear, Goblin Guide, and Wildner Cuddle, and all of a sudden you're on 12 1-drops. Which means you get to run Ataka's Command. Because, well, pumping the 1-drops is really good. So yeah, definitely just Wildner Cuddle, Ataka's Command, make it worth it to be running green. So you get Naya Burn. And Naya Burn has been the main burn deck for, or was the main burn deck for years. And you can tell why. This is just, like, if you sleeve this up today, you will win games. This is just a 2020 proof deck. Like, you can just sleeve this up and be done. Yeah, like, just looking at this, like, I take out the Grim Lavamancer or move it to the sideboard and put in, like, I don't know, like the 4th Searing Blaze or something, but I'd happily play this through a league. This is just a 2020 burn deck in 2015, which is also the reason why burn has stayed so relevant for 10 years. It's just a good deck, and it hasn't changed much, and it's just good. Sideboard also just, yeah, like look at this. This is just a super reasonable sideboard even in 2021. This is just, yeah, like if I wanted to export this deck to MANATRADERS, which I use to rent decks, and you can use a link in the description down below and like discount code to get a discount on the list on the first few months of renting, you can just rent this deck, and I wouldn't be surprised at all if this 5-0s, like don't change your card, go 5-0, like I can easily see it happening. So definitely just why people bought into burn in 2012, 13, 14, 15, and were like, I'm buying this deck, I'm gonna stick with it for 10 years, this is my staple, and that's what I'm doing. So then we get to Seth Manfield in 2015. He got his Pro Tour top 8. I believe this was his first one in Pro Tour Fate Reforged, if I'm completely correct. And I kind of know I'm correct because I looked it up, but I don't know why I was in doubt when I'm saying that. But anyway, this is Seth Manfield's first Pro Tour top 8. Yeah, he later became a champion, but yeah, burn. Look at this deck. Just 2015 burn. This is just 2021 burn. This is just another deck you can easily just sleeve up now. Like the shot volleys aren't being run anymore. And Skullcrack is a meta call. Grim Lavamancer is Grim Lavamancer is kind of a metagame call, but for the rest, this is just 2021 burn. Sideboard as well, just super reasonable. If it was good in 2021, or if it's good in 2015, it's probably reasonable in 2021. Because even though the cards have gotten stronger, a good deck stays good. If you're just consistently aggressive, powerful, doing something very fast, it'll be fine. You'll be fine. If you ever want to buy a deck and be like, yeah, I'm going to play Modern, I want to spend like $150, and I want to be done, just buy burn. That's all I can say, just buy burn. Because after that, I actually skip a few years ahead, because there's just nothing happening between 2015 and 2019. The list stayed the same. And in 2019, we get a few new prints. And we get Skewer the Critics, which is another 1 mana 3 damage spell. And we get Light Up the Stage, which is 1 mana card draw. So this is a list by F-Advisor 82. And yeah, this is just the oldest list I could find with Skewer the Critics and Light Up the Stage. And look at this. This is, yeah, this deck is super reasonable. Just burn, not changing. This is just why burn is such a staple in the format. It just doesn't change. We have like 2 Raminap Ruins here, which is just some damage out of the lands because the Horizon lands hadn't been printed yet. But yeah, this list, just I'd sleeve this up in a heartbeat, no worries. Collective Brutality as well, just lots of burn going around back then, so it's just always in Modern, there's always a lot of burn going around. So yeah, Collective Brutality here, some Fatal Pushes just really good. Smash to Smithereens, Searing Blood, Searing Blaze, and Exquisite Firecraft. This is just an uncounterable 4 damage burn spell. Yeah, this is just burn, like nothing changed all that much. But still a lot happened, so... And still in 2019, we get another thing cooking here. So here we have SandyDogMTG for the 3rd time. And this is definitely where you can see the deck just kind of evolving into the prowess decks that we all know and love or hate, whatever you do with them. And yeah, this is just like Lava Darts, but still with Goblin Guide and just Island of the Great Rebel, Rift Bolt, Skewer the Critics. Let's see, Lava Spike as well, Bolt, Swift Spear. Yeah, this definitely just going towards the prowess route of just more creatures and prowessing them up. I mean, I've played this list. I've 5-0'd like a bunch of times with exactly this list. This is the whole reason I'm using this one as the example. I mean, so my account was empty in 2019. I just sleeved this up and went to town for like a week, and I've basically gone infinite on play points ever since I just sleeved this up and went to town with it. So thank you SandyDogMTG for that, because I like being infinite on my Magic account. And sideboard, Searing Blaze, Smash the Smithereens, Skullcrack, Torment Script, like no nonsense, just I need these cards to do these things. Here they are, 4 of them and 3 Torment Script. Then we get to Pensionator 55 in 2020. Because in 2021 something else happened in Modern that got a new print and made Burn relevant once more, even though it was always relevant. But we got Lures of the Dream Den. And this little cat is the most powerful card ever printed, or very close to it. Because this is the only card in the history of Vintage that has been banned for power level reasons. And yeah, I believe it's the actual only one. Yeah, probably. I'm really struggling to think of another one right now. Anyway, we have 4 Wear Test, Sogaland. Like, the side was 4 Angel's Grace in here as well, just for the mirror probably. But yeah, just Lures of the Dream then immediately changes up the deck again. And once again, we see the trend of if it's getting played in Burn, it's probably getting banned. Oh, this got nerfed, but still just Lures of the Dream then got nerfed. But yeah, we still see the Light of the Stage, Seeker of the Way, Abbott. And this is just very much a prowess list. But yeah, this is just great. Why would you not run this, you know? Like, this deck was insane. And this is just what Burn was doing in 2020. Because, well, the Naya Burn deck and the Boros Burn deck kind of just disappeared for a few months in 2020. It was just kind of gone. And we got Prowess instead. And in 2021, we have both of them. Because, well, in 2021, we get these kind of lists back again. I don't really know what caused them to disappear and to return again. But in 2021, yeah, this list is like a few months old. No, not even. This list is a few weeks old. And look at this. If you go to like the 2015 lists, let's see, let's take this one for instance. And then compare it to the 2021 list. It's basically the same thing. Just lots of 1-drops in Lava Spike, Lightning Bolt, Swift Pick, Goblin Guide, Eidolon, Searing Blaze, Boros Charm, Lightning Helix, Skewer, Riftbolt. Just 1-drops. And this deck and the whole Burn archetype is just a giant testament to consistency is king. Burn will always kill you turn 4. You get sometimes they have the nuts and they kill you on turn 3. But the turn 4 kill is just very real. This deck very consistently kills on turn 4. And it was good enough in 2011 and it's good enough in 2021. Because this is Lord Beerus' deck. Also kudos for the Dragon Ball Z stuff. I love it. And I believe this did well in the mocks. So yeah, I had it written down, but my notes have been flying everywhere. So see if I can find them. Nope, they are gone. So anyway, I believe this was a mock list or like a championship qualifier or something. But just a high level event, because that's the whole reason I picked this. Because I did a high level event, good finish. Then we have a Path to Exile, 4 of them. And 2 Roiling Vortex, which is a new card in here as well. Let's see. Yeah, Roiling Vortex. This is just a reminiscent of Sulfuric Vortex. So this is a throwback to Sulfuric Vortex. And this is just the burn. Sulfuric Vortex is the daddy of all burn cards. Like, this card will absolutely annihilate opponents. But it's not legal in Modern. So we get Roiling Vortex. And it's not as good, but yeah, it's almost impossible to be as good as Sulfuric Vortex. Like, Sulfuric Vortex is a first pick in like Vintage Cube and stuff if you want to go mono red. I don't really get why this deck isn't playing like Lures, but for the rest, it's yeah, super reasonable. Would sleeve this up in a heartbeat, and this, yeah, just marks the return for me of Boros Burn making a comeback. I still don't really know why it disappeared. Maybe just a hype thing. Maybe it just was badly positioned in the latter half of 2020. But yeah, this is just the glorious return of Boros Burn, and I really think Boros Burn is a deck that you want to have in a format where it's like really good, because Boros Burn is a deck that just reality checks a lot of decks. Like Tron can't go too slow. Let's see, control decks can't be too derpy. Ramp can't be too just pulling off the 20 mana spells or something. Like, Burn really forces you to be like, okay, I have a turn 1, I have a turn 2, I have a turn 3, I have a turn 4. I need to use those efficiently, which really makes a format just very healthy in my opinion. I think formats where Burn is a good deck are very healthy formats. And I also think that Burn is the deck where if people are like splashing the weird stuff like Treasure Cruise or whatever in it, it's a good sign that it's probably too good. So with that being said, as always, if you like the content, want me to do more, I'll gladly do it. I really enjoy these, and I saw that people did as well. And yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, learned a bit, and have a nice day. Bye bye.